little light back there is a sunset lamp. It cost like £15 and it comes with 4 different colours. But is it any good for lighting a portrait photography shoot? Let's find out. Today we're looking at shooting some film with a £15 sunset lamp from Amazon. Now, I've been seeing these little lamps all over Instagram and TikTok, and I thought that I'd pick one up to see what it's like, mainly for photography purposes. Although, as a complete side note, it is actually a pretty cool and relaxing light to use just normally as a light, as it's not super powerful and it does create some sort of, a sort of sunsetty type glow. I've used it as a background light in a couple of my recent videos now, and it's provided a pretty cool look, I think, that I kind of enjoy. So I'd recommend picking one up if you think that it's something maybe you'd enjoy or get some use out of, because it is actually just quite a nice little light. But anyways, for photo purposes, how useful can it be as a creative tool? Well, with my friend Carmela once again kindly modelling for me, I took my Mamiya RZ67 with the 90mm lens and a couple rolls of Portra 400 to find out. Well, the first issue with using the light was that it really was not very bright at all. I was expecting it to be quite a lot stronger than it is, but I guess it's trying to mimic that quite soft and subdued sunset light. I hadn't used it before taking it for this shoot, so it was my very first experience with it. I was metering the Portra 400 at 200 to try and overexpose the film just to be safe, and it meant that I had to shoot every shot wide open at f3.5 on the 90mm, so I did have a very shallow depth of field, and that still had me requiring a shutter speed anywhere between 1/30th and 1/6 of a second, so I did have to get the tripod out for these shots, which is never really my favourite way of shooting, as I kind of find that it limits my creativity somewhat in terms of framing and things like that sometimes. Despite this, the images did turn out actually really sharp. Carmela was clearly pretty great at staying still and using the tripod even without a cable release, as I didn't have one at the time. It was definitely still the right call to use the tripod. As I said, the lamp comes with 4 different coloured gels that you put in front of the light to change the colour sunset that it produces, essentially. And I did try to take photos using all 4 of these different colours to see which one it was that I'd prefer. There was a classic orange, which I think was designed to directly mimic the sunset look. That's the one that's in the background right now. A darker orangey/red type colour, which was actually my least favourite, and I didn't use a whole lot. A pink and green combo, which I thought was pretty cool. And then also a pink and blue combo, which I think ended up being my favourite gel to use, although it definitely doesn't look anything like a sunset that I've particularly seen. I do really enjoy the circular shape that the lamp creates and how I could sort of play with that to make either a background to silhouette Carmela against, or to light her face directly with it, or also create some pretty interesting shapes by shining it halfway across her face and half into the background and playing around with that a little bit. I'd definitely like to start using this light a little bit more in some photo shoots where I possibly can. I'd quite like to do a shoot with my Contax G1 and the sunset lamp in the future, so keep an eye on the channel for that sometime soon. And overall, I enjoyed the challenge of using the sunset lamp to create some cool imagery. It was definitely out of my comfort zone and pushed me to try out new things, which really is something that I think as photographers we should probably all be doing anyway to try and develop. Stepping out of your comfort zone is a great way to learn what works and what doesn't work. And from this shoot, I definitely created some images that I like and that I think did really work, and some that I think didn't as much, and so it's definitely a valuable lesson. Shooting in any sense will always be useful in developing your skills. I hope you enjoyed the images from this one, and if you want to see more work with the sunset lamp, do let me know down in the comments below. Subscribe if you want to see some more content from me. I'm slowly being able to create some more and more content and trying to keep regularly on top of things, so I've got a lot planned for the channel coming at least in the next couple months. But that's it for this one. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll see you in the next one.